everyone, this is Reese, and today I'll be sharing with you my opinions and the results of last night's SummerSlam pay-per-view. Alright, so for the kickoff, there was 3 matches. One was with Cesaro and Sheamus. Sheamus ultimately won that match. It was a best of 7 series. It was the opening match of it. So Cesaro still has 6 more chances to one-up Sheamus. It was a pretty good match, but I honestly think both of them are being underutilized. Another match was Usos, American Alphas, and Hype Bros versus Vaudevillains, Ascension, and Breezango. Can't believe I forgot them. Usos, American Alpha, and Hype Bros won. Yeah, some of these teams are pretty forgetful. But they won, which is cool. You know, it kind of just felt like a filler match. Another match was Sami Zayn and Neville versus the Dudley Boys. And Dudley, you kind of already knew the Dudley Boys were going to lose. They've been pretty much on a losing streak ever since they've come back to the WWE. So, yeah, we all knew that was going to happen. Now on to the actual pay-per-view. We had Enzo and Cass versus Jericho, which is Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Ultimately, Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho won against Big Cass and Enzo, which didn't really seem all that great to me. This also kind of felt like a filler match. Like, it was kind of whatever, and I think Enzo and Cass deserved a bit more than that. Another match was Charlotte versus Sasha Banks for the Women's Championship, which Charlotte ultimately won. I actually can't be mad about that because Charlotte legitimately won. In her previous matches, she's been winning with help. Like, if it wasn't her dad, Ric Flair, then it was her protege, Dana Brooke. So, I honestly can't be mad, although Charlotte did fudge up some of her moves. I think she missed a couple of cues, but overall the match is pretty good. It's definitely a match worth watching, honestly. Another match was The Miz versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship. I honestly think Apollo Crews should have won, but they've been building up Apollo just to like make him fail. They've kind of been doing that with Cesaro for years as well. I mean, Apollo Crews he can get the job done. He's built pretty big, but he's athletic, he's got agility, he's got speed, he can flip and stuff. So they've been doing Apollo Crews dirty, basically. Another match was Cena versus AJ Styles. I'll be honest, I did not like the outcome of this match. I'm not a big Cena fan, but I really wish he would have won against AJ Styles, because AJ, to me and my brother, AJ's more of a mid-card player. So we honestly think he shouldn't have won against Cena. You know, people who win against Cena are like Orton or Lesnar, Triple H, maybe even Roman Reigns, maybe, definitely Seth. You know, they're those type of people. Cesaro even, because Cesaro should be a main eventer. So AJ Styles winning and winning legitimately, it just, I don't know. Unless they're trying to make Cena a heel, you know, like a villain or something, or even like a lone wolf, then this was a pretty bad decision creative wise. Another match was Gallows and Anderson versus the New Day. New Day without Big E because he was still out on injury. Gallows and Anderson won by DQ, so that means they don't become tag team champions. The New Day is still the tag team champions. So, no actual decisive winner there, but can't lie, I'm happy that New Day still has the championships. So, yeah. Although it did kind of feel like a filler match to me. For the World Heavyweight Championship, we had Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose won, so he's still champion. I honestly wish Ziggler would have won, because much like Cesaro, they've been doing Ziggler dirty for years. So, yeah, I'm not a big Dean Ambrose fan, and I don't actually like his gimmick all that much. So my brother and I did wish Ziggler would have won, but he didn't, so that's a pretty big disappointment. Next was another Divas match. It was 3-on-3. So you had Becky Lynch, Carmella, and Naomi versus Nikki Bella, Natalya, and Alexa Bliss. And Nikki Bella, Natalya, and Alexa Bliss won. Fun fact, Eva Marie was actually supposed to be in this match. She was supposed to be in this match, but Nikki Bella took her place because Eva Marie got suspended for using Adderall. She tested positive for Adderall, which is on the banned substances list for WWE. And of course Eva Marie says it's unfair, but she didn't turn in her paperwork because she supposedly had a prescription. So, no, we learned this in, like, what, junior high school, that you have to turn in certain paperwork before you can do stuff, or else you get in trouble. So, she really had no excuses. If she really had a prescription, then she should have turned in her paperwork. But I can't be mad at the match. Nikki Bella is a great wrestler, Natalya is a great wrestler, Becky and Naomi are great wrestlers. It kind of had the element of a filler match, but it wasn't a bad match, I'll be honest. Next was Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins, and the winner would have the Universal Championship, which is exclusive to Raw. That's their main title. I kind of knew Seth wasn't gonna win. My brother knew because my brother judges the wrestlers on what they come out in, so Seth had like this neon green outline on his costume, so my brother kind of knew there wasn't any way he's gonna win with the neon green. And honestly, it kind of makes sense because Seth Rollins basically is the top dog on Raw right now. You know, Brock Lesnar's not really gonna be into anything since he's still kind of messing with UFC, and Roman's got his own feud with someone else, so it kind of made sense. Just keep that storyline going, just keep things interesting that Finn Balor would win the match. Another match was supposed to take place. It was Rusev versus Roman for the US title. Rusev is the champion. The match did not take place because they got into a fight before the match even started, and the doctors ruled that Rusev could not compete. So it was no match. Yeah, it was that was disappointing. It's just, no. The last match was Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar. Brock won that one by TKO, and I'm not even sure if that was in the script or not, because, I don't know, there was a lot of blood. My brother says it was probably a blood pack, which Brock did have an opportunity to bring out that blood pack when he took off his gloves during the middle of the match. Maybe he had it in his hand before he started beating up Randy Orton, but there was no decisive winner with that one, and there was no winner with the match before that. So SummerSlam started off pretty well, and the middle was pretty well, but the ending kind of sucked because no decisive winner. But I have a feeling that we'll be seeing Randy versus Brock maybe within the next 1 or 2 pay-per-views. So maybe they just wanted the storyline to continue because it had a lot of hype by it. That's basically it. SummerSlam receives an A from me. So, I'll catch you guys at the next pay-per-view. So, quick update, guys. It seems that Finn Balor has been injured. He's going to be out for 6 months. So that means he's going to give up the title. Now, whether they just give it to Seth or they do maybe another tournament or something remains to be seen. Hopefully that will be addressed on tonight's Monday Night Raw. Alright guys, later.